Alrighty, welcome on back to the 19th? Yeah, the 19th episode, I want to say, in this hardcore Nuzlocke Let's Play. No, it's Let's Play playthrough we're doing over here. And, yesterday, well, not yesterday, last episode, we took out, Blaine. It was pretty easy, for being completely honest. You know, his team didn't really put that much of a hassle, and you guys might be able to tell I'm in a pretty different place compared to last episode. Well, if you exit through the side of Seafoam Islands as Blaine's gym and just travel west, you'll eventually make it to the old Cinnabar Island, where you can see it is very, very destroyed. Yep, and well, if we go up here, we see a very what's it called, recognizable figure. It is Blue. And, well, you have to talk to him here before you can actually challenge him in the in his gym. And, well, the game doesn't really tell you this, but generally what you're supposed to do is once you defeat Blaine's gym, you're supposed to travel this direction just to progress naturally in order to get to Viridian City. But, you know, a little hint would be sometimes nice. Yep, it's Cinnabar Island, the ravaged town of the past. Like, okay, no. If this is like a totally destroyed island, why are you like going around and putting up a sign saying, yeah, this was people lived in here once. But that was a pretty long time ago. I think that's a bit disingenuous to the people that lived here and stuff like that. But you know, that's just me. So what we're going to do is we're going to surf on this little belt of water, and we're going to make it towards what's called Pallet Town. And I'm not going to do a repel really quick. I did already make our team for Blue, but I'm not going to reveal it just yet. I'll reveal it more once we get closer to the battle. I did buy some max repels. Yep, and now we're just going to head up this way. You do encounter Heatran on this island. Once you get all 16 badges, there is an optional Heatran encounter, which I would suggest taking if you find it viable within your rules to use it. I would highly suggest taking it. It's got one of the best defensive typings in all of Pokemon, and overall it's just a very, very good Pokemon. Pallet Town, there's a few things we can do here. We can go get the Rock Climb HM from Professor Oak, but we need to have all 16 badges first before we can do that. I'm not really going to talk about encounters this episode because these aren't really important or impactful at this stage of the game. So it's not really much to harp on about. There are trainers in Route 1. I wouldn't say surprisingly, but usually, you know, if you're used to the older Pokemon games, there aren't any trainers in Route 1. It still has the old music, though, which is quite nice, I have to say. Let's see if I can dodge all these guys. Yep. Alright. Blue is probably, like, I don't want to call him the second toughest battle in the game. I think it's very box dependent what your second toughest battle or what your toughest battle in the game could be. But he is certainly one of the toughest ones. The only thing that I will say, he does have a real lack of like battle items. Like I'd say a lot of the rocket fights are like the archer fight is probably a little bit harder just because of the fact, you know, he has like a Wiccanberry on his Gyarados that you have to maneuver around to kill it and things like that. So if he had some more items that would make him a bit, you know, tougher to deal with, I feel like he would be a lot tougher and probably undoubtedly. I'm trying to figure out. Pretty sure I can go this direction. I'm really terrible at these kind of puzzles, so you're gonna have to like give me a second. You go this way now. Yep. Where do we go from here? I think we go up. Yeah. Yeah, we go up. And then we go this way. I'm trying to dodge unnecessary trainers. These trainers are a little tough because they don't really have a typing theme. They're just like ace trainers, so they can be pretty difficult or to handle. Alright, and then we go here. And this is the gamble. I have to remember which one of these it's supposed to be. Is it this one? I actually think it might be this one. Yep, it is. Okay, thank God. I was trying to recall it, and I was like, I feel like the one farthest from me is probably the one. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and level up the level cap. The level cap is 70 for this battle. And that's because his Tyranitar is, what's it called? His ace Pokemon. I am personally, I don't know if it was like, I don't remember his exact team in the original Pokemon Soul Silver game, but I feel like Blue had like, a Kanto starter in it. I know he should at least have one of them because, like, you know, just from his journeys in Kanto. But, I don't know. Maybe he moved on. Maybe he's just using a different team. You know, this isn't like his real team. But yeah, the plan. I'm going to talk about the plan as we go on. But first, we're just going to go ahead and challenge him. Yep. Blue doesn't really have like a typing theme, but he does have like he has Nidoqueen, which is a ground type, a Rhyperior, which is a ground rock type, and Tyranitar, which is a rock type. So I guess you could say he's a majority ruled by ground and rock types. And not to beat around the bush, but this will be pretty simple. It's going to be a one-shot with Choice Specs Stormy Psychic. It'll be a quick and easy way to take down Nidoqueen. And then, if I'm correct, after this, it should bait out either Executor or Tyranitar, both of which we have good options for. But it should be Executor, because Team Order should take priority if they're both super effective. Oh, actually, no, Tyranitar. It might have something to do with, like, seeing kills and stuff like that. Alright, what we're going to do is we are definitely going to switch out. We're going to switch into Hot Pot. Now, we're either baiting Crunch or Thunder here, and either of which are acceptable. Crunch, yep, this is the better of the two to take. Not going to do that much damage. And then, we just barely outspeed his Tyranitar. Tyranitar is quite slow, but due to the fact that all the boss Pokemon have perfect IVs, it can be pretty rough to, try and outspeed them. And we also had a Cherry Berry equipped if he went for the Thunder, to avoid the paralysis chance. And by the way, these berries are very annoying to get, because in Johto, in order to get the Prism, Cherry, and Chesto Berry, you basically have to gamble your chances away with the lottery, or you have to go to the jugglers who have a chance of giving you the berry. Now, we do outspeed his Tyranitar. His Tyranitar's speed is 113 exactly, and we are 116, so we outspeed it barely. And I also equipped Hammer Arm. If this does miss, we're going to have to steer a little bit, but we do live in Earthquake from this range, I believe. So, if it crits, if the Earthquake crits, well, then we can't really do anything but that. We're just going to hope we hit these. And we hit these. Okay. So that is Tyranitar gone and done. From here, I don't want to say it gets scary, because this is honestly the biggest, like, this was the biggest worry, in my opinion. Just, like, landing the Hammer Arm, because if we don't, we have to switch into, what's-his-face, Gyarados. Rhyperior is going to be sent out, and we do have a very clear-cut counter for this. We're just going to switch into Gyarados. It's going for Earthquake, and we're not going to care about that whatsoever. And we have the Choice Band equipped, so our Waterfall always kills. I believe it would have always killed anyways, but I don't know the exact Solid Rock super effective damage reduction in this game. It might be a little bit different because it's Gen 4, so I want to attach the Choice Band just in case. And it's better for, like, situations where we have to switch Gyarados in due to an unexpected crit or death, and we need more immediate damage. And this Waterfall is going to kill. Which then, what do we bait from here? This might be Team Order because of the fact that, I don't know, it's probably Machamp because of Stone Edge. Yeah, it's probably Machamp because of Stone Edge, which is completely fine. Yep. Okay, so now we have to do a little bit of risking because this Machamp is no guard, so it's always going to hit this Stone Edge. And I'm going to switch Bacon in. Bacon, we haven't seen them in a very, very long time. And, well, they outspeed the Machamp, but they have to, if they get crit, things get scary. And obviously there is a good chance for this Stone Edge to crit. But even if they do get crit, it's okay, because we can switch into Starmie and then just Psychic it. But it'd be preferable if we just don't get crit. The reason why I brought Bacon is because I wanted a Pokemon that we didn't really have to worry about dying, that we had better options for in their role. Yep, okay, we lived it. If it crit, the roll gets really scary because of the Sandstorm damage. And now we're going to be able to outspeed and kill with rest. We also got a Prism Berry depending on if he switched in differently and we had to take a Dynamic Punch. We could have always switched in, took the Dynamic Punch, and then the Prism Berry would cure the confusion. That was unfortunately a roll, which we had to take. But there wasn't really any way around that. We are just going to barely live. I wonder if Sandstorm will kill the champ. That'd be pretty preferable. Yep, okay. Yeah, that was just a roll we didn't hit. I did max out special attack on Bacon. If we put like a Twisted Spoon on it, that would have killed. But it wasn't, obviously. This is kind of scary. Because of the fact we're so low health, it's random move. Which means this can do a variety of things. We're going to switch into Raikou. Raikou basically, it lives everything. But the really scary part is if it gets Earthquake crit, it is its life. Actually, we have like much more HP on Starmie. And Starmie isn't really as useful at this point. And we're much better if he ends up using like Waterfall. Or not Waterfall, Aqua Tail. And Earthquake, honestly. Yeah, let's switch into Starmie. I didn't think Starmie would have as much HP at this point. But it just does, so I'm going to take that resource. And it did random move Earthquake, so that was a very good decision. Alright. Yep, Earthquake didn't kill. Sandstorm is fine. I made 2 separate plans, just in case they bring in Executor. But I think since Tyranitar is faster, probably slightly, that's why it incentivized Tyranitar. But yeah, if it brought out Executor, Starmie would have had to been switched in on something. I forget what it was, but it would have had to been switched in on something else. That would have made things a lot more scary. But yeah, that's going to take out Gyarados cleanly. And now we just have to go ahead and take care of the Executor in question. And that's actually pretty easy because we have our boy Drapion with us. And, well, Drapion has a Chesto Berry equipped, so that way, even if we would get Sleep Powder here, which we wouldn't, because it's always Leaf Storm, because it's easy to kill, we'd be alright. And it's just going to one-shot with X-Scissor. It also just has an excellent defensive profile against this Executor, so we're not really afraid of anything, and we can't get crit. Yep. We can't get crit, so that damage doesn't really matter, and now its damage is permanently nerfed. It did take a fair bit from the Leaf Storm, but it's Leaf Storm. What are you gonna do? X-Scissor is 4 times effective against this, and I think it's gonna kill. Oh, just barely didn't. Did I forget to account for something? What did I forget to account for? I accidentally put myself... The Drapion in my calc was accidentally Perfect Attack IV, which we are most definitely not. Alright, we always win this because of the fact that it's either going to Sleep Powder me, or it's going to Leaf Storm again, which it won't kill because of the fact that we're Battle Armor and it lowered its special attack. he can full restore, I suppose. We can speed through that. Another one. You got 2? Come on, Blue. 3? 3. Do you have a 4th? Don't lie. You have a 4th? Dude. Dude, at this point I'm gonna die to Sandstorm. Okay, thank God. I did not know he had 4 full restores. I guess it makes sense to try and get the Sandstorm to chip you out as much as possible, but yeah, that was a Deathless Blue. The battle isn't really that difficult if you just plan a little bit ahead of time and bring proper counters. That none of the berries I grinded ended up being used because of the fact that they were just a what-if scenario, and we didn't... It would have been helpful to have extra damage on, what's called, a Grumpig specifically, just to have the guaranteed KO, but it just wasn't worth it. And Grumpig, at the end of the day, is expendable. Yeah, he gives us a Trick Room TM, surprisingly. But yeah, honestly, I think in a vacuum, like if red had if blue had some of the better battle aims in the game, like the super effective damage reducing berries like red did, I think it'd be tougher just because the his Pokemon are of way higher quality than red's, and they're much harder to find set in stone answers for. Ooh, hey, Professor Oak. Yep. He is going to give us the Rock Climb TM, which of course we're going to use to get to we have to use to scale Mount Silver. It also unlocks a lot of post game stuff in here, and I'm not going to fight red just yet. In this episode, we're going to do some of the 16 badge stuff. We're not going to be able to do the... Well, yeah, we're not able to do the, what's called the Lake Trio, because when I was using PK Hex to check the IVs of my Pokemon, I accidentally saved the file, and it got rid of the red chain, which is really, really unfortunate, due to the fact that it's a custom item, and, you know, PKX just gets rid of those. So that's really unfortunate, but there's nothing really we can do about that. We're going to go in here and get Crobat out just so we can fly back to Pallet Town and grab the present, which I already mentioned being Rock Climb. I do want to make sure there's someone we can teach... Golem. Golem can learn Rock Climb. Where is... You, we can put you there, and then we can get Crobat. And we can place Trick. Red is probably going to require a little bit more maneuvering than blue, because of the fact that he has so many of those damage-reducing berries. It's also a pretty damn good reason why I wanted Vico to live, and even if Starmie got crit by the Earthquake, it would have been a better outcome, honestly. It's like, we're so far in the game, we didn't really need to take risks. Like, I could have thought up a more riskless plan, but we have like an entire box full of stuff, and as long as I didn't risk the important stuff, we were fine. And while I do like to keep the death counter low, just for my own accomplishment's sake, and for and for, you know, keeping our precious boys alive, sometimes, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And Bacon, it wasn't exactly, you know, the most influential part of our journey, I should say. Yep, we get Rock Climb. You moved into Rock Climb. Collected all the Kanto badges. Well done. I'll make arrangements tonight. You can go to Mount Silver. Yep. So, that is where we will find Red, but we are not going to talk about Mount Silver just yet. Mainly because, like I said earlier, we're going to do some post-16 badge stuff. We can go and catch Regirock. That is one thing. Yeah, that's something I want to do pretty badly. Go and catch Regirock. It might have Explosion, which that would suck. That would suck pretty bad if it had Explosion. But, I don't really know. Is it just its learn set this level? I have to check, but I think it just has its learn set this level. so I don't think it has explosion. Because the Reggies, it's mainly notorious because of randomizers, but the Reggies have explosion at a very early level. The reason why it's so notorious for randomizers is because, well, you can get any Pokemon at any level at any route. So at like the very beginning routes, you encounter a Reggie, which is just going to explode itself, meaning you can't get the encounter, and you also you can't really, well, you can't get the encounter obviously, and it also probably is going to take out one of your Pokemon in the meantime. So that way, unless you're like late into the game and you have a way of preventing that, it's kind of just like over at that point. We're gonna go ahead and travel through the routes because we're going to Tojo Falls first. And the reason why we're going to Tojo Falls is because, if you remember, I specifically delayed the encounter here because we can get a very, very special Pokemon. Do we have? Yeah, we have a Waterfall Mon. Basically, it was a additional event added into the game, which I don't know if this is from a Heart Gold Soul Silver event or something of Dreyano's original creation. I'm pretty sure it was something of Dreyano's original creation. And it is the guaranteed shiny pseudo legendary. Now that I say it out loud, it is probably something of Dreyano's own creation. And it is right where we meet Giovanni. We can go ahead and grab this Moonstone. And I can talk about some of the ups and downs of these guys. I think we have to interact with the Rado. Which program do you want to turn into? Okay, so oh wait, I forgot to hold on. I forgot to put a Pokemon in the what's it called? I forgot to put a Pokemon in the PC. So we need to go back and do that. That's on me. That's on me. Listen, I always forget when get the Pokemon. I have to go and put someone back. I always forget that. It's not that long of a trip, but actually it is kind of a long trip because of the fact that we have to go to some place with PC and not everyone has that. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, we're just gonna go to Victory Road. Actually, no, that's even worse because of the fact we're gonna have to travel so much farther than we normally would have to. Oh, that's gonna suck. Oh, I know, actually we can go to either region from here, so that's completely fine. Yeah, so we're just gonna put who are we gonna put? We're gonna put Hot Pot. Oh yeah, I named the Metagross Hot Pot, by the way. The only reason I did that was because I was looking at this. I was looking at him. I was trying to figure out what to name him, or name them, and I was like, I don't have like any ideas whatsoever. Then I randomly started thinking about Hot Pot, just because it's so delicious. And I was like, wait, Metagross is made of metal. He's like the hot pot, you know? Granted, you know, that's more for like a steel fire type, which would have been perfect for Heatran if I allowed myself to use him. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is I found a name for Metagross. Anyways, so we're going to go and head on back. And, oh, I accidentally didn't use a repel. Thank God I encountered it now instead of Tojo Falls. That would have been a huge mistake. All this delaying just to get like a random like Meryl, and then I can't even get the Pokemon that I delayed for. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go back. And specifically, you saw that we have to tune into a specific program, and what it means by that is you basically have to select one of the phrases that will give you a pseudo legendary Pokemon. Now, I'm going to yap for a little bit because I'm going to talk about each one. Alright. If we open up the, what's called, the special events folder, which I didn't have open because I'm stupid. Go to ROMs. We can go to Storm Silver. Bam. Bam. Documents. Special event guide. Here we go. And then we can look up. We just look up Tyranitar, and it'll show up. Here we go. So, in this, what's it called? This radio, the program you select is basically in tandem with the pseudo you get. An easier way to remember it is just, it goes in order of sequentially released. So it goes Dragonite, 16 hours, Tyranitar the Black Rock, and then Salamence, Menacing Boom, and then Metagross Cross Attack, and then Jaws on Land, Garchomp. Now, these are very good encounters. Very, very good encounters. But we can already automatically rule off 2 of them because we have them. That being Dragonite and Metagross. And those are actually also 2 guaranteed encounters you could have. So you should really never be choosing them, in my opinion. Now it leaves us with Tyranitar, Salamence, and Chomp. If you put a gun to my head and you said, who is the best one? I would probably have to say Garchomp. I probably would have to say Garchomp. Wait, don't we have a Gible? Yeah, I think we have a Gible. I might be going crazy, but we might have a Gible. So I think we can roll that one off. I wasn't going to choose Garchomp anyways. I'm saying generally Garchomp is the best, but the point that I was going to add on is that he's not the best at this point. What I mean by that is he's the best Pokemon stat-wise, move-wise, shit like that. But the only Pokemon, the only trainer you can fight at this point in the game that matters towards a Nuzlocke, unless you're including a re-challenge of the Elite Four, I suppose, is Red. And you really just want to use this as whatever can help you out most against Red. And in my opinion, I don't think Garchomp really does help as much as Salamence and Tyranitar can. Because if we go to Red, right? Obviously, Garchomp is just like, it can counter Pikachu. But Pikachu's thing is, if it doesn't see anything effective against you, and Grass Knot's doing minimal damage, which it would because Garchomp is a pseudo stats, and it's also neutral to grass type damage, it will just Endure Endeavor you and bring your Garchomp to 1 HP, and it'll die from Hail. Now, that's obviously no good. But, obviously Garchomp is still very powerful. It can take out the Espeon with ease. It can probably, honestly, have a pretty good shot at killing Snorlax with ease if you give it, like, a Choice Band. It can learn Rock Slide, take care of Charizard. I can't speak. And obviously you don't really want to use it against Blastoise because it'll have 100% accurate Blizzard. And Venusaur, it can probably take on Venusaur, but it'll just get scary because it'll probably live the Earthquake, and then it can Sleep Powder you and set up Sword Stances, which can be scary. So it obviously has some pretty good use cases, but in my opinion, I don't think it's the best one for the Red fight. I think for the Red fight, for me personally, I think it's between Tyranitar and Salamence. Tyranitar offers a very, very unique upside that it'll be able to completely get rid of the Hail. It'll be able to completely get rid of the Hail, and you don't really have to worry about it, which you can do normally, but you have to waste a turn using a Weather move, or you have to just have an incredibly rare chance of getting a Drought or Drizzlemon. Now, the only thing is that, what's it called? Tyranitar doesn't really have that great of a matchup into a majority of Red's other Pokemon. What I mean by that is, Venusaur and Blastoise obviously have super effective stab against him. He's not going to be that useful. And then, what's his face? Charizard has Focus Blast. So, you can gamble, but you're probably going to lose that gamble, and then Tyranitar will die, even though Tyranitar's special defense is quite good because of sand. Actually, wait. Is there a Sandstorm special defense buff in this game? Yeah, it's Gen 4. It's Gen 4. It's not Gen 3. It's Gen 4. And yeah, the problem is... The major problem is that, as I said, it gets rid of... Well, it's weak to the stab of Red's starter Pokemon, which is not good. Not good at all. It will be level 94 because the level cap is 94 because of the Pikachu, which means it can live a lot of these hits. Like, it'll live Venusaur, Power Whip, and Blastoise, Hydro Pump, things like that. and it'll be very useful, but it's just not as consistent. And it's good to counter Espeon. Espeon is Grass Knot, which can do some decent damage, but it's non-stab plus Tyranitar's insane special defense. So that is also a factor. It's also very IV dependent as well. It's in my general opinion. Whenever you have low speed Pokemon, usually their speed stat doesn't really matter. Like, this thing will always outspeed Snorlax. But the thing is, it's like for its tanking ability, it's like it needs high HP, it needs high special defense. Its defense is usually, you know, it's got base like 130 defense or something like that. Its defense will be fine, but its HP and special defense are really, really it's really imperative that you have a good IV in those in order to really tank well. You can always supplement it with EVs, but then you're taking away from your potential offensive power. Now, that's Tyranitar. I think, honestly, looking back on it, I think Tyranitar and Garchomp have a similar use case, but I think you really can't understate that utility by just getting rid of the hail for the entire fight. Because that means you make Blastoise's Blizzards inaccurate. And you also can maneuver the chip damage, even though it still will be Sandstorm damage. You can still maneuver that a lot better than hail damage. So yeah, I think Tyranitar is a good choice. Tyranitar is as good of a choice as Garchomp. Honestly, looking back on it, Garchomp might be a little bit better. But in my opinion, Garchomp is just, he has a rough matchup because, Venusaur can do a lot of damage to it. Snorlax can do a lot of damage to it. Espeon can do some good damage to it with Psychic. And, well, Blastoise obviously has 100% guaranteed to hit Blizzard, so that's pretty scary as well. Now, let's talk about my boy, Salamence. Salamence is a GOAT. He's a GOAT. There's no other way to put it. He's a GOAT. If you get him during, Mount Union Cave, I think it's called? Yeah, Union Cave, the cave right after Falkner, you are, like, set once it becomes Salamence. I've said it before, Salamence is probably, like, one of the best encounters in this game. But even here, he, like, goes insane. I've done a lot of calcs, even on terrible attack EV Salamences. Choice Band crit, always, Choice Band Crunch always kills Espeon. Fly kills, what's his name? Venusaur. He has a really great matchup in the Charizard. Despite Charizard having Dragon Pulse, Salamence can most of the time outspeed and just, like, absolutely murder it with Rock Slide or a Dragon type move. So there's no need to even worry about that. You can still put, like, a Focus Sash on it if you're scared of it. And obviously it doesn't have a great matchup in the Blastoise because of the fact that it has Blizzard. And Snorlax has an okay matchup into because of Intimidate, but you can only really 2-hit KO it with Choice Band, I think. But I do think Choice Band Salamence is the way to go. It also gets access to Earthquake, which can be very helpful, but not really for this battle. It basically, what I'm trying to say is that it does what Garchomp does, but more consistently. It's really hard to understand how good this thing is because it takes out Venusaur, like, guaranteed. It can 1v1 Charizard really, really well. And it also can basically just kill Espeon out of the equation before it can even set up a Light Clay Reflect, which is very, very impactful because of the fact that it's Light Clay Reflect in a game where I don't think many Pokemon get Defog, and you basically have to bring Brick Break to get rid of it, which can hurt sometimes, but I do recommend bringing a fighting type to this fight anyway, so it might not be that bad. But yeah, those are the Pokemon you can get. 3 of them, of course, are basically... Oh no, 2 of them basically are guaranteed, so you only have 3 real choices. And in my opinion, I think Salamence is the best one, so I'm going to take that one. Yep. And this will start an encounter with it, which I completely forgot about. Actually, I actually completely forgot about this aspect. Did I bring Magnezone? No, I did not. Okay, this is actually pretty bad. We don't really have that much to be afraid of because of the fact that, I don't think it has its really, really good moves yet. It also has no held items. Scary face, like, we're not really afraid of this guy. We also have Gyarados, and Gyarados is, quite adept at handling this. We can speed up a little bit. The only thing is, it will be a little bit, hard to capture. I'm a bit worried about crit, so I'm not gonna do any more. Just gonna throw an Ultra Ball. We're actually gonna do one more Surf. Oh, it does have Fly. We can just switch into you. Oh, crit is really unfortunate. I honestly completely forgot about the fact that you have to fight this. We can just go into Dirt Cup. Yeah, we can just go into Dirt Cup. He's gonna take, like, everything this guy can do and more. Please tell me, do you have a leftovers on you or no item? No item held. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. We can't throw a ball at it this turn, so I'm gonna try and Rock Smash it. It should be fine. There we go. It's in the red now. And yeah, now it's basically we have to pray that we catch it. You still do have to catch it, which obviously is a much bigger endeavor than... the fly really is annoying. Yeah, I should have mentioned this, that the fly aspect is really annoying. And yep, we caught it. Usually it isn't that difficult with a chest. It's not like catching like a legendary or anything like that. But it can be pretty hectic. I should have been more prepared and brought Magnezone, but you know. Now what food do we name this guy after? We can name it... what's a good name for it? I guess we can call it like Godzilla Roll if we want it, because we named what's it called? We named what's his face did we name? Dragonair Dragon Roll, right? Yeah, that's true, but I kind of want to name something cooler, you know. I'll tell you what, I'll name you Tempura. It's a way of, you know, a style of frying things, and it makes sense. Even though I suppose frying things should be reserved for a fire type, I just kind of like the name, kind of like the ring to it. So yeah, that is one of the things you can get if you delay your Tojo Falls encounter until after Blue, which, you know, is quite helpful. I think we are gonna go try and catch a Regirock. I mean, yeah, we delayed our what's it called, our Mount Morning encounter for this long. I suppose it wouldn't really be that big of a hassle too. And yeah, I mean, just check out Tempura already. Special attack down, special defense up. That's completely fine by me. Salamence is a mixed attacker, but we mainly want to abuse the physical damage you can do because I feel like that has greater value. Those are moves: Zen Headbutt, Fly, Crunch. We're gonna be keeping Crunch and Fly. Zen Headbutt we're probably not gonna keep. Yeah, and plus we got a shiny one, you know, so that's pretty cool. You're mainly wanting to train this guy, and then speed and attack is what I'd suggest. Special, if you have like a neutral nature, his mixed offensive presence can be felt a lot. But in my opinion, he's mainly used as a physical attacker. But yeah, so that was Tojo Falls. In my opinion, I think it's completely worth it because of the fact that, like, you can't really get many meaningful encounters here. I'd say the most meaningful one you can get is probably, like, Huge Power Azumarill, which Huge Power Azumarill is good. It is quite good. But I just don't think it's as important as this. We do have to, unfortunately, fly back to the Victory Road and then fly again in order to get out here. Yeah, now we're just gonna... Yeah, you know, we can go to Mount Mortar. I think it's worth it to do it. But first, we're gonna go ahead and drop off what's his face? Drop off Salamence in the box a little bit and bring out Magnezone. Regirock isn't going to be insanely useful to us. He's also locked off until you get Rock Climb, which is basically 16 badges. So it's not like the most impactful counter. But you know, I might find some use for it. You never know. Salamence can have Intimidate or Moxie in this game, I believe. I'm pretty sure of that. And either are obviously insane types. So, you know, that's either you'd be glad to have, is what I'm trying to say. We can go ahead and bring Metagross, I suppose. Yeah, we can bring Metagross. The way you get the Lake Trio, or have the chance of getting Lake Trio, is you have to go and catch every single one of the Reggies. And then that will complete Cynthia's Reggie quest line. Then you can show the red chain. And then you can go ahead and go towards not go towards, she sends you to the temple, the Sinnoh temple. I honestly forget what the temple is called, but she sends you to the temple, where in the old games you got an egg of one of the Gen 4 legendaries. But in this game, you get all of the Lake Trio there, and you also get I also believe you can get the Gen 4 legendaries there as well. I haven't really done like just a regular playthrough of this game where you just like go and try and catch every Pokemon. I feel like that might be something good to do one day. Rock Climb is not changed in this game. It is still, you know, it's base regular shit, I guess you'd call it. Which is a bit unfortunate, but I wouldn't, if you asked me how the hell do you make Rock Climb better, I would say, unless you just give it like complete stupid OP stuff, I would say, well, buddy, I don't really know. I'm going to go ahead and give, what's his face? Where are the leftovers? Here we go, here are the leftovers. I'm going to give you the leftovers, and we're going to give you the leftovers. And we're going to give you the leftovers. And we're going to give you the leftovers. Now, Regirock should be level 30. I actually probably should have bought, what's called Ultra Balls, huh? And I don't feel like going back. I don't want to delay this longer than it always has to be. Alright, can also grab a few items there. I don't know if they're particularly impactful, but they might be. I never really explored this part of the post-game, but we need to be going down, because I believe that's towards where Regirock is. No. We need to go up there and then rock climb down. That's not the max repel. Alright. What's this? Oh, that's nice. We never really needed had a use for that. Yep, we can go up here, go up here, go up here. Not where I want to go. Nope. Okay, not over here. No, I'm terrible at puzzles. This shit is my arch and Bro. You're gonna have like level 30, yeah. Okay, hydrogen bomb. Like this is what you get. Like, why the hell are you using Endure? Like wasting my time. Oh, it's gonna be annoying. Not really. Alrighty. Alright, thank God we took care of that. Do I have to... No. There's nothing over here. God, I hate Map Mortar. Map Mortar is so confusing to go through. Dang, this also might be just me being a stupid, which that's a very real possibility. Let me do this. Yep. Here we go. We go over here. Go over here. Here, maybe? No. Oh, maybe we have to rock climb over here. Maybe? Yeah. Listen, I just want to get the Regirock. Or maybe we're going in the complete opposite direction. Or maybe just go to complete opposite direction, but why not? How am I supposed to get around this place? That's to protect you. You need that to evolve Rhydon into Rhyperior, which is just an instant evolution in this game. But is that an evolution item that's like blocked off until like basically the end of the game? Can you just not get Rhyperior until like the end of the game, basically? If so, that's kind of fucked up. Where does this lead to? Oh, we might actually have to go this direction. I don't really know where I'm going per se. I just remember that we have to... Oh, wait, no. This just leads up here, which does that even have a main purpose? Maybe. Is this item useful? So I'm going on a little adventure today. Escape route that is not useful whatsoever. Yeah, nothing wrong with the... How long are we currently looking at? 46 minutes. If it gets to the point where we're at like 55 minutes and we still haven't made any progress, then I'll just look up a map. A nugget. Okay, that's amazing. I'm gonna run out of repels by the time we figure out where to go. I go, how do I basically get up there? That's what I want to know. Do I have to enter from another area? Okay, I go up here. Then that just brings me over there, and that doesn't do anything. Do I have to go up? Do I have to go, like, up there? I don't know, I'm gonna check it out. Does this bring me anywhere? Nope. Okay, that's it. I'm just looking up a map. When in doubt, get a map, I suppose. Alright. Mount Mortar. Here we go. Alright, what in the name of God? Oh yeah, this is where you enter from. And then we have to... Where do we go from here? Do we basically need to go from... H? There isn't an H ladder anywhere near here. B? Do we need to enter through B? No, because that area is blocked off by a strength boulder. Yeah, no, we don't enter through there. F we don't enter through either. And then D doesn't take us anywhere. Okay, no, I'm gonna look up a fucking YouTube video. Silver, how to get through Mount Mortar. Okay, let's see. There you go. Shout out to GCPM. Can I have a quick... Well, this guy only went through a little bit of Mount Mortar. There are 3, but you'll want to take the one in the middle. The one in the middle. Okay, that's... Okay, listen, I'm not a big fan of IGN, but listen. They're at least giving me a little bit of a semblance of a way to get through it. Oh, yeah, because then I can take the waterfall up. Okay. Okay, I'm beginning to see the vision. I'm beginning to see the vision. I know everyone is probably screaming at their screen. Or screaming at their screen. Oh, TM76 Stealth Rock. That could actually be kind of useful. Okay, and then we go up through here. And then... we gotta make sure max spells are constantly up, or this is all for nothing. Then we can go up the waterfall. And then we go over here. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we want to go towards the top left or top right. It's over here. Max potion. I will say, Stealth Rock's TM, the Stealth Rock's TM is really, in Nuzlocke, it's not as great as, like, competitive battling. I'd say in Nuzlocke, its main use would probably be for, like, breaking, and if your opponent has, if the opponent you're fighting in particular has a lot of, like, focus ashes, that's its main use. It could also do, since, you know, boots aren't in this generation, it could also do major damage to, like, a Charizard or something, I suppose, or Candy. I've actually never really been in this part of Mount Mortar. Never really explored it as a kid. So I have to go around here. And then around here. Ooh. You better have enough repels. If I swear to God. If we end up getting a random encounter before we get to, what's it called, go for Regirock, I'm gonna scream. Then I guess around here. I don't remember in particular where Regirock was placed, so we're gonna have to keep our eyes peeled. I can always just look at the special event dock and try and figure out from there. You can also get a guaranteed Tyrogue in this place as well, I suppose. Actually, wait. Did we even really need Rock Climb for this? I don't know. Because, like, so far it's looking like an astounding no. There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, we gotta make it through this shit. Let's see. Iron, that's not useful. Listen, we get to have a blue fight, and you get to watch me be stupid. What else could you want more in life? Alright, come on. Down there. I took a step. That wasn't repelled. Max Revive, that's literally useless. Yep, what's it called? The guy's over there. Where is Regirock? Where art thou, Regirock? Am I stupid or something? Don't answer that. Oh, there's Regirock. Alright. After all this time, finally, Regirock. Sorry for the long bumble of stupidity I had to sit through, but, you know, we're here. Regirock is right there. Now, I have a troubled history with Regirock. I'm trying to... I bought, Shining Diamond, unfortunately, and I played through the game, and I really wanted Shiny Hunt Legendary Dogs, but you have to get the Regis, and I adore the Regis, so I wanted Shiny Hunt them as well. But Regirock has been, like, the hardest Pokemon Shiny Hunt ever. I've been, like... I haven't been counting resets, but it's been, like, an insane amount. I knew he had superpower, but it's level 40. Okay. So, guys, I'm just gonna do a little thing called ensure that we're not gonna lose this guy. Because all this time would have been wasted, because I think the only thing that we have that can, like, damage him a meaningful amount without killing him is, like, Signal Beam. So we're just gonna just hope. I made a save state to where even if it... Okay, that's perfect. That's legitimately perfect. Alright, now we can start throwing balls. That should speed things up. I am hoping everything we have in here is enough, but if it isn't, oh well. Oh, Omni Boost. That actually can be kind of scary, but Superpower lowers his defense, or Superpower lowers his attack anyway, so he has a lot to make up for. I don't like how you're not getting the ball. Please get in the ball, Regirock. Regirock? Regirock? I need you to get in the ball. Regirock. Regirock. Regirock? Please? Please? Okay. Thank God. Listen, if Regirock, like, struggled itself to death or I ran out of Pokeballs, I would have... It would have been really funny, but it would have been really not funny. We can take the easy route and name you Rock Candy. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm gonna take the easy route. Rock. Is that enough for a space? Yeah, it's enough for a space. Rock Candy. And that's mainly all the post-game stuff I want to take care of for this episode. Mainly because I think, to me, that's like the most important stuff. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I just got Regirock. Aren't you proud of me? So that's like all I wanted to take care of. 'Cause that's like the important stuff I could think of. Obviously, you can go ahead and delay your encounter for one of the birds, or catch Zapdos. But I don't think Zapdos is really all that useful. It's useful, but it's just like not. It's not like as impactful as you would think for the red fight. I will say, Zapdos is like a guaranteed way to take care of Venusaur. Well, I'm saying that, but like I think a Zapdos, what's it called? A Zapdos +2 Power Whip. Well, no, a Venusaur +2 Power Whip against a Zapdos, that is probably like a ton of damage. And also it takes Hail Chip and Blastoise is a really big threat to it, and Snorlax is a really big threat to it. But yeah, let's go ahead and take... If it's modest, man. Docile, what's that? That scares me. Neutral, okay. Sturdy is unfortunately terrible because it's Gen 4 Sturdy. And yet, we might actually be able to find a use for this guy. It really depends. Superpower is basically just close combat in this game, huh? It's basically just close combat. Who has close combat? You have close combat. Yeah, it's basically just close combat. I thought Superpower was 100 base power, but I guess in this game it's buffed to 120. That might actually be pretty important. I'll check. But yeah, the next episode will obviously be the red episode. And I will already come with a prepared plan, obviously. And we're going to show up to Mount Silver. Probably at like the gate to Mount Silver, because why not? And we're going to get up Mount Silver. We do need rock climb, I believe. So we'll have to figure that out. Probably like depending on who, maybe we have Pokemon that's use is only for like one move and we can just supplement the rest. So that might happen. But yeah, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Oh, there's one other thing I want to mention. In my opinion, I want to talk about some of the other legendary Pokemon that share a location with some of the others. Celebi you can find in Elex Forest. I think due to the fact that you can get some pretty influential... The Elex encounters aren't that great, but I think it's better to... Because Celebi is pretty late in the game, you need the special item, the Azure Flute, in order to get it. So I don't think by that time it's going to be that impactful. And I think like early game, you know, like a Beedrill's quite good. Butterfree's quite good in this game, at least early game. And then Paneko is a pretty good mod. It's the best Toxic Staller in the game, in my opinion. Mainly because it gets Protect naturally, and I don't know if there's a renewable Protect TM in this game. So that's a really good use for it. And then Jirachi, I forget where it is in particular. Let me take a look at it. Here we go. Jirachi. Yeah, Jirachi, you need 16 badges. So that means Celebi is also 16 badges, I believe. Yeah, so you need both. You need all 16 badges for them as well. And yeah, we sense in Johto. It's right at the back of Mount Mortar, where the Karate King is. Okay, so you can also get Jirachi, but you also need a Zure Flute, which means you need to complete all of the wait, no, you need the Regis in order to complete the Zure Flute thing. So that means you can't get Jirachi. Okay, well that's cool. So we can't get Jirachi. You can get Deoxys. It's Route 3, and I believe you should probably delay that encounter. But Deoxys is completely broken. It's just completely broken. So I probably shouldn't mention that it's banned for me personally, and it probably should be banned, but not to judge, not to dictate, I should say, your rules. But Deoxys should be completely banned. It's insane. It will, if you give it the choice specs, it probably just sweeps everything Red has, because you do need 16 badges for it. Celebi, I wouldn't suggest. You can get one of the lake trios after the power plant event, which, in my opinion, I think you should just get Azelf. Azelf's the most offensive of the three, and since Psychic is a poor defensive type, I think Azelf is just the best choice. Who else? Heatran, I 100% suggest that you should get them. Mount Silver, Regigigas is Moltres is replaced with Regigigas' spot, and Slow Start is Slow Start. I forget if Regigigas is buffed in this game. It might be. It might be just for the hell of it. Let me check. I adore Regigigas. Regigigas is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's actually my second favorite. Regigigas actually gets an entire new ability. It's Pressure, which is insane. Like, absolutely, absolutely insane. It is, it's really good. It's really, really good. If the change is that its ability is just now Pressure, it's really, really good. So I would say that's ban-worthy as well. So, obviously, I wouldn't use it, but it's up to you. Cresselia, if you delay your route, was it Route 4? Because it's right outside of Mount Moon. Oh wait, no, this is technically Mount Moon as well. If you delay a Mount Moon encounter, you can get Cresselia at 16 badges, which is I don't think it's probably worth it because Psychic types aren't really good against Red besides Venusaur, which I guess it has a purpose. But delaying Mount Moon can give you some alright stuff, so I guess isn't the worst idea in the world. Darkrai you can't get. Shaman you can get if you delay National Park, which I guess is a possibility, but it can probably one-shot Blastoise, but it doesn't really have a use besides that, probably. Yeah. And Arceus, I don't think you can get either because it's Sinnoh Runes. Yeah, it's Sinjoh Runes, so you can't get that one. So anyone I'm forgetting? Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, you need to defeat Red like in the old games. Latios, I already said are banned. You can also delay Registeel and Regice potentially. I don't think it's worth delaying Regice because an Ice type really just like takes care of some of Lance's biggest problems. So I don't think it's worth delaying Ice Cavern for Regice. Unless, is it Seafoam Island? No, it's Ice Path. Yeah, so I wouldn't suggest delaying for Regice. Dark Path, I guess it's an option. Registeel is pretty good. You have to delete the Elite Four to get the Regis. So I don't know how worth it they are at that point. Also, yeah, I checked. We only need Waterfall to get Regirock, so we could have actually gotten him the entire time if I just knew where to go. So that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, Registeel is definitely the best out of the three, honestly. So, in Dark Cavern, it has some good encounters. It does have a chance at a Larvitar. So, if you ask me, like, what's better, Tyranitar or Registeel, it's probably Tyranitar. So, I guess if you're a gambling man, I wouldn't delay it. But if you're, like, playing for the long game man, I suppose Registeel's pretty alright. No, it's pretty good. Lugia-Ho should be banned. Suicune. I completely forgot about Suicune. Suicune's really good. It's really good. All of the dogs are pretty damn good, honestly. I think they're within the realm of usability, so I would definitely recommend getting them. Mew, you can get 16 badges in Viridian Forest, which I would definitely suggest. It's probably the best Viridian Forest encounter. And, well, Mew is probably broken, and I would probably ban it for the sole fact that I can learn every move, at least in this game. In Rising Ruby, you can get a Mew, and I feel like that's fair game. Because of the fact that Rising Ruby is much harder. Mewtwo, obviously banned. Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, I think, are all incredibly allowed. I'd say Zapdos is definitely, like, the best of them. Articuno can be used more throughout the game. It doesn't mention specifically what badges you need to have in order to get Articuno. But I'd say it's probably worth delaying Seafoam Islands because it's just a guaranteed really good ice type. Well, its offensive stats aren't all that, but it's pretty good defensive profile. Well, okay, no. It's not a good defensive profile because it's typing. I'm saying if you're fighting, like, specifically, like, a grass type or something as good type matchup against, its defensive profile is good. But due to all the coverage in the game, it is, like, incredibly risky. Like, every single Machamp I've ever fought has had Stone Edge, and how many times has that given me a headache? A lot of times. So I don't know about that one. But yeah, that's like all the rest of the legendary encounters you could get, and my thoughts on them. So yeah, I want to thank y'all for watching, and next one will hopefully be the last one. That's not what I meant to. I meant to click save. Actually, I won't save just in case something messes up in recording. But yeah, thank y'all for watching.